Closing.
Earth's history is one hell of a wild ride, stretching back a jaw-dropping 4.6 billion years. We're talking ancient oceans, towering mountains, and volcanoes erupting with a vengeance, shaping this crazy planet over eons. And then, like a thunderbolt from the blue, the Native Americans hit the stage, strutting their stuff on these lands for around 15,000 years. They left their mark. Culturally and spiritually, they had it going on. But the Europeans in the 16th century were ready to make their grand entrance. Colonies, democracy, individual rights, all of which sounds fancy. Sure, it brought some progress, but let's not forget the dark side. Mistreatment of Native Americans, the damned slavery of Africans, and resource exploitation that echoes through the annals of history. History is a puzzle that'd give Sherlock Holmes a headache. We've got to play detective, sifting through ancient texts, collaborating with historians and journalists, and piecing together the scattered shards of the past. The Watergate scandal is a prime example of how collective efforts in investigative journalism can unveil the hidden truths and nail the bastards in power. But let's get back to Columbus. He is frequently praised as a courageous adventurer, a trailblazer of the oceans. Nevertheless, this narrative has an untold depth akin to a labyrinth of unexpected intricacies. The encounter between Columbus and the indigenous folks was no walk in the park. It's not just about genocide. Diseases brought over by the Europeans wreaked havoc on the native population. This was the price of exploration. History tends to sideline the voices of those who weren't in the limelight. Throughout history, the voices of Native Americans and Africans have been obscured and their narratives suppressed, all while the dominant storyline took precedence. The moment has arrived for a transformative shift. Let us take action to acknowledge and honor their rightful contributions and accomplishments. Let us wholeheartedly embrace the intricacies that history unfolds. We must fearlessly plunge into its enigmatic abyss, confronting its glorious victories and heart-wrenching sorrows and encountering the extraordinary figures who have indelibly influenced our world. By grasping this grand tapestry's entirety, we gain wisdom from the errors of yesteryears, propelling us toward a radiant tomorrow. Together, we shall interweave our collective narrative, acknowledging imperfections and thus paving the way for a more enlightened and promising future.